wonderfuls and my lovelies and all you amazing people out there joining me on I Am Maggie Love's channel. And I am Maggie Love. And I'm so grateful you're here. I'm sure you are wonderful too. So what we are doing here is we are doing a slow crawl through the book of Maria Szepes. This is supposed to be me, being funny, saying the slow crawl through the book, and the book is crawling. So it's The Magic of Everyday Life by Maria Szepes, and this book is phenomenal. So many gifts, pearls, just tricks, tools, whatever you want to call it. It is soothing to the soul. It helps you to take a look at dark parts of yourself, light parts of yourself in a really, really interesting and gentle way. And we are all here for that upgrade, so let's get it on and popping. And when you do get a chance, I am working towards my goal with you. So we are working towards a goal of my first 1,000 subscribers and that 4,000 hours of viewed hours. So when you do get a chance, please hit subscribe, please hit like, and share, please, if you will, and leave your positive comments, because we are here for some great, great upgrades. So we're going to get into it. We are in chapter 13, Healing Diseases of the Personality Through Service to Others. And as I've already said, before, I just want to say it again. Remember, we want to give from full cup, so do that great self-care. Self-care is so important. Not the quarter cup, half cup. You want to be full cup. Now, of course, you might be working up to it. We're not here to be selfish, but what I'm saying is that when you give from these depleted places, you will eventually burn out. And you see that a lot in the medical field with nurses and medics and doctors. So we really need to take care of our medical personnel, take care of our firemen, our policemen, etc. Just be kind, okay? It's common sense, but a lot of times common sense is the last sense that's common. So, ooh, that was kind of good. Common sense is the last sense that's common. All right, well, here we go. We have mentioned many times that enmeshing and palpating our painful, frightening problems and worries with the power of our thought and feelings is the same as constantly rubbing our bodies in a place that is inflamed, right? You got that? If you're constantly going into painful, negative things, and then just, when you have a cut, large amounts of time, you ain't going to be going in there rubbing it up and itching up. In fact, if somebody has like a pimple, a boil, a cut, and they put it on, put fabric over it without, proper dressing care or Band-Aid or whatever, and that cloth rubs, or for instance a bra or underwear, and it rubs in that area, that sore, boil, cut is going to end up turning into like an abscess, a big wound. And then it can also cause other problems like sepsis and stuff. I know that's, a long shot, but I've seen it. So it's very, very important to take care of ourselves. What I'm trying to draw the point to is, though, you don't go around itching in and inflaming wounded things, or you shouldn't be. You have to care for it, because the body, in its exhibition of showing you, hey, this is what's going on, it's asking you to take care of it. It is the same thing with our painful and thoughts, our frightening problems. If we bring our thoughts and feelings and we focus on whatever we focus on, expands. So we want to make sure that we are addressing what's dark and needs to be cleaned up, but we are also then focusing on it in a positive light. So here we go, because if we don't, it's going to become inflamed. We have also referred to modern healing methods, which everyone knows. That is caring for a patient in shifts. Okay, so you might be on 12-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, 2 different nurses in a shift in 24 hours. 8-hour shifts, 3 different nurses in a shift in 24 hours. Think about that. That's a lot of different people you're welcoming into your private space. So we need to also be respectful of you, as of course you are of us, but I'm just saying it's a two-way street. You get respect if you give respect. There's that saying, I think it's Martin Luther King, people don't know what you care people don't care what you think until they know that you care, right? So it's a two-way street. This method is based on the recognition that if a person is temporarily freed of their personality from their self consciousness, various disease processes stop and the body starts to regenerate. So unplug the negative, plug it into the positive, they begin to heal. Of course, only for as long as the induced sleep lasts. As soon as the personality is allowed to encounter the physical vehicle, the ego, awakened in its torture chamber, quickly compensates for the absence with its destructive thoughts and antagonistic, dissatisfied emotional world, ranting and raving, mauling and scathing until the ponderous results resurrect once more. And this is why shadow work is so important, because these programs can be running in the unconscious and you're not exactly sure why that demon is coming out of that torture chamber. Like you're doing this, you're getting to this point, you're getting this restful place, and then bam, this part comes out again. So sometimes we are aware of what it is and we are not making the choice. Like it's reeking its head, instead of saying no to this person or saying no to this alcohol or no to drugs or no to, whatever we need, food. We just go into this unconscious slave mind state and just go along for the ride. And that's what we got to figure out consciously and unconsciously, is what's going on, so we can address it and take out the root and move in the direction of our dreams by healing. So I'm going to read that to you one more time. As soon as the personality, which she is basically saying that's the unhealed parts of us, is allowed to encounter the physical vehicle, so we wake, the ego, awakened in its torture chamber, quickly compensates for the absence with, so for that time you're doing the positive work, once it's awakened, it's going to just go and destroy. So it's destructive thoughts, antagonistic, dissatisfaction of the emotional world, ranting, raving, mauling, scathing, until the ponderous results resurrect once more. So yes, we got to make different choices, and we also need to not give up. Because if you've got these tracks laid heavy in your heart, your mind, and in your behavior, your habits, you're going to have to cross-fit spiritually into the other, break on through to the other side. It's probably not going to be as easy as taking a mushroom and slipping into a new reality. You're going to have to work. And it's great work to do. When you see the transformation and you see your life shift, it's great work. You are worth it, you matter, and you are needed at such a time as this. So, temporary loss of self-consciousness, therefore, is no solution for various diseases of the imagination. So basically, to be checked out for a little while, it's not the way. You got to dig in. It is not lack of self-consciousness that is required here, but conscious imaging to awaken gradually from a subjective dream about life, from dazed, staggering, and dragging about among contrary impulses and emotional disappointments. So she is saying here, you got to do the work. So you can't just be unconscious. You need to be consciously imaging to awaken gradually from a subjective dream about life, from dazed, staggering, and dragging about among contrary impulses and emotional disappointments. This cannot occur beneath the tension of self-absorption, in the calypses of crystallized personality mania. So she's beginning to work us here to see if we are over consumed with self, it's not going to go well. We are going to be in one of those fields Edgar Casey showed me of just all consuming. She's working her way in, work, into how we heal diseases. How we heal diseases of the personality through service to others. You see the transition coming? It's coming. So this cannot occur beneath the tension of self-absorption and the calypses of crystallized personality mania. First, we must dissolve in such a way that through the imagination's projection onto another center, we pull apart and separate higher consciousness from the ego center. Right. Okay, so we're going to be dissolving in such a way. through our imagination, our imagination projection onto another in such a way that to pull apart and separate higher consciousness from the ego center, which the ego center wants to do its own thing, but the higher consciousness, or the, as you know, Richard Grannon says, the higher values orders, like this is going to separate and you're going to be functioning in your higher consciousness. So as soon as we put the you image in place of the I image as the focus of our interests, and this change is in emphasis, is completely successful. We shall discover in amazement that after a time, the agitation fevers and our negatively charged inner crises have subdued. Wouldn't we all like to have a little more of that? So let's get that again. As soon as we put the you image in place of the I as the focus of our interests, like you're just I, then this change is empathized in completely successful ways. We shall discover in amazement that after a time, the agitated fevers and our negatively charged inner crisis have subdued. Woo! This is fire. All right. Well, I am super glad that you joined me today. And I hope that you are seeing that you are the magic of everyday life. It is you. It's in you. When it's large and in charge in you, it's out of you. It's everything pushed out is going to be reflecting this beauty back to you. So, and your miracles too. I am so grateful that you joined me. Please hit like and subscribe and leave your comments. Please let me know in your positive comments. Let me know about what grabbed you, or what is spurring you in the direction of your dreams, or something you might have done to help another, or another way that you are upgrading, or what are your goals, what are your dreams, as we help each other through this process. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, peace in, peace out.